And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that short break, that brutal OSC, as we have returned with our final quarterfinals match, potentially. But we are nearing those semifinals. We are so close. We are jumping in mid-series and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Crimson Court. We have the Canadian Protoss player, the Red Protoss, lead the series 1-0. One game away from making it into the semifinals. It is Trigger. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the American Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Storm Gaming. It is Epic. Predictions in the chat are open. Place your bets. Of course, we are jumping in mid-series. Of course, Trigger has a lead, but Epic brought down Geralt earlier. If he can bring down Geralt, then Trigger is within his grasp as well. I wouldn't believe we can have a back and forth. I wouldn't believe we can have an ace match, but the pressure is on the Terran. And fun fact, we have still casted purely PvTs today. It's been only Protoss versus Terran, and if Trigger takes the series, it's still going to be only Protoss versus Terran until the finals. Where are the Zergs, Pappy? I would love to cast one today. Just one, at least. That's all I ask. For now. Going to be embracing our opener. It's going to be double gas opener, Faster Factory here out of Epic. Getting into his Faster Factory. And Trigger is soon to confirm, is being as annoying as possible. We'll delay the expansion. The CC is not going to be thrown down, as we're going for a Faster Factory instead. As Trigger gets forced back. Not really aware of what did occur in the first game, so if you are maybe a little bit more privy to that information, then let us know. Would appreciate it. For now, just calming things down, settling in. Going to be settling in. We'll see kind of what direction our players do take this, what tech Trigger invests in. Likewise, we'll see where Epic does head as well. As it is going to be a reactor probe. We'll come in for the scout, and we do get eyes on the factory. We get eyes on the factory that's almost done, so Trigger is now aware that it was a more aggressive build. He's aware that the CC was delayed. We're going for a Twilight Council opener. We should be opening up a little bit safer here with additional gateways. As we are keeping up in the center of the map. Reaver gets shot down. Epic behind this, getting into his second Rax. Interesting. Now, with this second Rax on the way, that means that the starport is delayed quite heavily. We could even throw down a third Rax. If we see a third Rax, this might just be a 2-base all-in. This might be the beginnings here of a 2-base all-in from the side of Epic. Keep an eye on that production. But now Trigger setting up, sealing off that natural early tank production here already. Yep, there's the third Rax. Let's go. So we have an early tank on the way. We have a third Rax as well. And we are getting ready for a very, very committed 2-base push. Basically 2-base all in. I say basically, we might still expand. We might still take a third CC as we move out. We might not pull the boys. We have the option. We have the option to pull the boys with this and to just send everything across the map once the natural's up and running. Like, we're still building up. There's still going to be a stim timing from the side of the Terran, so we have a ways to go. But we could opt to pull the boys with this, or we could just expand behind it. And you really use this just to deny the third base of Trigger. I say that because of the map layouts. The third base is going to be on the right-hand side. It's going to be a very secure third. Breaking the third is going to be easier said than done. So we'll see what Epic does go for and how aggressive he is with this. Regardless, the move out is going to need to get damage done. Meanwhile, back across the map, we do have Trigger just settling in. Get into his own blink-based opener. It's going to be 2 gates, so 2-gate blink for the time being. Trigger moves out with the Observer, and he needs to get a read on what's going on. He needs to realize how much danger he's in as Trigger is expanding. Now again, this expansion is very safe and secure. The reason for this is because of the rocks. The rocks are set up here on the left, minerals as well, so laying siege upon this base is not easy. So because of that, greedy play is favored on this map. We're going for a bay as well. Now we have our gates on the way, but here comes the move out. And here comes the push. What do we have? We have 3 tanks. We have Marines. We have Marauders. The Observer misses. The Observer misses the army. Uh-oh. We don't pull the boys with this, but regardless, very committed here by Epic. And is all in. Barely has any SCVs, 25 workers. He doesn't pull the boys because he never made any. It's all or nothing for Epic. You can't pull the boys if you don't make them, but he is here. Overcharge is pumped. But massive tank volley is going to be going up. And tank shots on the Stalkers. Epic getting on top of the natural. Shield battery under fire. And the shield battery does fall. And Trigger, he's up against the wall. He's in a lot of trouble. The Robo's under fire as well. Only Blink Stalkers to defend. Only Blink Bappy. And it looks like Epic, he's gaining more ground. Getting within range of the natural. Boys are being pulled away to the third. Trigger will maintain an economy. We'll be able to warp in. Gateways are finishing up. Charges on the way. Trigger taking a slower approach. Time is on Trigger's side here. Remember, Epic, he cut workers at, what was it, 25? Now making SCVs. But Epic needs more than just a natural. He has to go for the kill. So we get 7 probe kills. More gateways on the way. And we need that warp in. We need those zealots. Need those zealots desperately. Trigger, oh, taking another tank shot. Epic making his way into the main. Charge is done. We're going for the pylon. We depower the gateways. We see Trigger coming in from behind, catching reinforcements. Charge lots. Oh, the bottleneck there is brutal. Yeah, brutal choke point. And it looks like Epic has done it. He's broken into the main. A GG gets called, and Epic ties up the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Epic, he was going for a 2-base all-in. A more unique one where we didn't pull the boys with it, so we had no boys to pull. We cut workers very early on and just doubled down for the 2-base all-in. Unfortunately, Trigger missed the move out, if you remember. The Observer barely missed the move out of Epic, so Trigger didn't know what was going on. Because of that, Trigger, likewise, was also being very greedy as well. Remember, it was 2-gate blink into a third, and it was a bay after the third base as well, and no safety immortal. The reason for this is the map. We spoke about how defendable and how safe your third base is on Crimson Court, which is what leads to more greedy play on this map. Which is why, I mean, Trigger did get away with the third. The third was safe and sound, but it wasn't about the third. It was about the natural. It was about the 2-base all-in. So GG, well played. We're going all the way to game 3, and this could end either way. This could go either way here. I do favor Trigger, but Epic is on fire today. For Epic to bring Geralt down is wild. And for him to force the ace match against Trigger as well shows that Epic, he has definitely prowess here in the TVP matchup. And we'll see who our winner is going to be. Who will advance on to the semifinals. The spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our Canadian Protoss player. The Red Protoss representing Team Basilisk. Being forced into the ace match. Can we bounce back? It is a Trigger. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the American Terran player, the Blue Terran representing Sidestorm Gaming. Tying up the series, forcing the ace match. Can he go the distance? Can he go all the way? It is Epic. Here we go. Are going to be making our way here into the ace match, and the question becomes, how do we open up? What are our builds of choice? That is the question here. As to now, our gases are on the way. Just our one gas for the time being. We'll see if we embrace another. See if we embrace another gas. Trigger moving out. Trying to get a read, trying to get a scout off, and it is going to be an economic opener. Going to be an economic opener here out of Epic, going for the initial gas geyser into the racks, into the CC. So Epic is calming down. He's calming things down here in game number 3. And this means that the early game is going to be a little bit more passive. It means that we're going to be calming things down and settling into something a little bit longer. A little bit. Of course, Epic could still choose to once again delay the starport and go for a faster racks. We'll keep an eye on Epic and the production setup. Keep an eye on Epic. So now it's going to be another Twilight Council opener here out of Trigger. Twilight Council with the blink. Safety shield batteries on the way. And it is going to be a 1-1-1. Okay. 1-1-1 opener here by Epic. This does tell us that we're going for a longer game. We're going to be setting up for drop play and expanding. So we are moving out with our initial units, Hellions, Submarines. There is potential for economic damage here, but Trigger is playing very safe. We have a shield battery, overcharge, stalkers, full wall off here at the natural. Trigger looking quite secure. That's where the medevac drop comes into play, because we can bypass the wall and head into a mineral line. Damage can still be done. As Epic is keeping those Hellions hidden. Pin back. Medevac has arrived. Interesting. Okay, so it's going to be Hellions on the ground, Marines in the sky, and we're moving out with our drop. Behind this, Epic throwing down his second racks, getting to tank production. But this does need to get damage done. We'll see if we can break through the front lines. What do we have to defend? We have 4 stalkers. One of them in position. We have the shield battery. We have the overcharge. Yeah, we're fine. We have the shield battery. We have the overcharge as well. And we do deflect the Terran. Again, just a really solid setup here from Trigger. There's no breaking this down. And Epic has to back off, going for the Hellion drop. Trigger getting in position. Is aware of the potential for the Hellion drop as well. He saw everything. Trigger is ready. Now, 3 Hellions one-shot probes. True. But we have the bare minimum. We have only 3 Hellions. Once one goes down, that does make this less threatening. And again, Trigger is lying in wait. Epic not going to commit behind this. Just settling into our tank production. Bunkers are on the way. Basically, we are getting ready for the counterattack. Trigger does have how many gateways? 3 gateways in the main. We have 1 gate with the natural 4-gate blink out of Trigger, going for a going for a third base. That is true, but Trigger is going to move out with a mass amount of blink stalkers. The prism has arrived, and Epic is going to be in a lot of trouble. Trigger is going to be the aggressor. Hellions do slip in though. And they slip into the main base. They force a big reaction. Boys are being pulled away. They light up. No! They light up! Oh my god, that was brutal. That was almost perfect, as we still get 7 probes. The Stalkers, they race back home. We delay the push. But have we delayed enough? Have we bought enough time? Back then we have a bunker and a tank on the low ground. We have a tank in the main base. No bunker. The main base is still looking quite exposed. I'm still quite concerned here with the main. Bearing in mind that Trigger has high ground vision with that prism, and we can avoid the natural. We can dive into the main. We'll see what Trigger does go for. We just go for the natural. We pick off a tank. Massive pickup. 1 tank goes down. Rotating over. Prism's on the way. And Epic trying to read the movement here of Trigger. We just go for the natural. Boys are being pulled. We go for the dive. We one-shot the tank. Tank goes down. Epic did well across the map, but alas, back at home. Oh, we have Marauders. Stim is almost done. We are holding. Not the cleanest hold. It did cost us 2 tanks. But we are surviving. To say that, most Stalkers, they take out the depot. Trading with Marines. The Marauder counts still looking okay, but not much support, not much buffer. Yeah, the eBay is going to go down. We deny +1. Stim is done, though. Boys are being pulled. Can we break through this? The Marauders are doing a lot of damage to the back line, but they're no longer the back line. They lose all the Marine support. Now Marauders are under fire. Behind this trigger, getting fully saturated on 3 bases. Getting fully saturated. But the Marauders, they're holding on. They're holding their own. Prism into the main. Zelt's confirm the 3rd CC. Zelt's going to be dropping in. Getting 2 workers. Distracting Epic. And Epic holds. Okay, Epic does hold on, which means we're settling into a longer game. The trigger is just getting up to 3-base saturation, working towards Immortals. The tank is under fire. Oh my, oh no! We pull back too soon. Trigger, he pulls away a little bit too soon. The tank survives. Oh my god. We have our SCVs, we do repair. Tank does make it. It's gonna be a one-way trip. Yeah, the Vikings on the hunt. Stalker's gonna be able to defend it. They do fend off that Viking. Fend off the Viking. Epic now going for his own move, and that's a lot of Marauders. It's how many? 14! 14 Marauders! More Marauders than there are Marines. It's a hefty army moving out. Trigger at the same time, ready for a counterattack. But back at home, what do we have to defend? We have Immortals. We don't have any Colossus. First Colossus almost on the way. Well, it's halfway done. Zelts will catch reinforcements, but Epic is coming. He pulls the boys! Oh my god, we send it, Pappy! We have a 3rd CC, but doesn't even matter. We pull the boys nonetheless, we're completely all in. Likewise, boys being pulled from the side of Trigger as well. Worker on worker action, overcharges popped, and Trigger is holding. The force fields are brutal. We keep the Marauders at bay. We buy enough time. Colossus has arrived. And with the help of the Colossus, we should be able to hold on. Zelts are still catching reinforcements. It's all or nothing here for Epic. The tank bullies are good, but we're getting on top of the tank. Yeah, the tank is going to be going down. And Trigger holds. He shuts down the main army, forces back the Marauders, takes down the tank. The Colossus will fall. It's getting low. Up. It will barely go down, but GG, well played. That's all we get as Trigger, he survives. And we'll take the series 2-1, advancing on to the semifinals. GG. GG, well played. Trigger will take the series, will barely bring down his opponent. Bring Epic down, and we'll make it here to face off against another Terran. But a shout out to Epic. Epic, he made a series out of that. He went all the way to the ace match. Epic brought down Geralt as well, which is not an easy opponent. So a big shout out to Epic. He did well for himself making it this far. But congratulations to Trigger as he does advance on to those semis where Bjorn has been patiently waiting.